Nathan, that's a mighty big rig you have there.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Big and beefy with a Cummins diesel.
That's right, we've got the brand new 2014 heavy duty 2500. And we're going to do the TFL towing test with the TFL boat coming up next on the Fast Lane Truck. I'm going to do my best impression of Nathan. The almighty Cummins!
With 800 pound-feet of torque, do you blame me? I mean, come on.
I don't blame you at all, man. This is a great engine. It gets great fuel economy. The question is it faster than our returning champ, which happens to be our project pickup, which is an old Silverado that we flash-tuned to God knows how much torque and horsepower, but it pulled the boat from 0 to 60 in 14.03 seconds. So can this beat it?
I think it can.
I think it won't. Make a bet?
All right.
Let's find out. Nathan, I kind of screwed up. Andre just did a dope slap. It was 14.23.
14.23.
14.23.
Piece of cake. I've got the Ram active airbox right there.
And 2 batteries.
And a 6-speed automatic transmission and 800 pound-feet of torque.
And quite a towing rig. It should have no problem pulling that, what, 6,000 pound boat.
It's going to be like a Clydesdale pulling a baby stroller.
By the way, you know what the rear axle ratio is?
No.
We'll font that.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's 3.42, the rear end. God, one little mistake. Here we go. Makes a difference when you don't have it in tow haul mode. This thing's downright sprightly. Now, keep in mind how enormous this truck is, and the fact that it's a little windy, a little heavy, it doesn't care. 8.91. So this is about 6,000 feet elevation. Even though it is turbocharged, you still lose a little tiny bit of power. That's pretty damn. This thing is huge. I was truly expecting something like 9.1 or 9.2. So that's impressive.
You know what, Nathan? There's more induction noise than there is exhaust noise.
Yes, but it sounds like a military vehicle. You know, it's got that like gurgling undertone of power. So, folks, 9.02. That was me giving it as much juice as I could before the RPM simply stopped, a little over 3,000 RPM, and away I went. That's fast. But the other way was faster. So a little bit of torque is the way to go, just to get that turbo to spool up.
Ну так, представляешь, смотри, тут новая suspend.
Yeah, this is brand new coil spring rear suspension. Brand spanking new, and it helps ride quality. Personally, I haven't felt that difference yet, but once we start towing, I have a feeling it's going to really mellow out.
И смотри, это даже stabilizer.
Yeah, it's a stabilizer, and it's hooked up here, and you got those massive arms that come out to connect it to the chassis. It's beefy.
Hopefully no rattlesnakes.
Oh.
Натан, ты знаешь, что у этого грузовика есть 2 камеры?
2 cameras.
Да, смотри, одна здесь.
Okay, there's the one camera. That only comes up the rear view mirror, doesn't it?
Да. Очень маленькая,
It's tiny.
А смотри, вторая там наверху.
And that comes up on the main screen.
Да.
It's a good idea, but I think the execution's kind of like not so good.
All right, Nathan. I think we're going to keep it in 2-wheel drive.
Yeah, 2-wheel drive.
And we're going to put it in tall hole mode.
Okay, that's right here, the button.
Okay, just put it in drive and just floor it.
Let's go for it. Let's see what it can do.
By the way, you've had this all week. What's it like as a family truckster?
It's a little stiff-legged. It's really meant to haul. So if I had a big trailer on it or something in the bed, I'm sure it would be better. But with just kids, it's a little bouncy.
Did you bounce your son out the back?
Yeah, little guy almost flew out of his seat. Nah, it's not too bad. It's better than a lot of 2500s that I've driven.
All right, I'm going to torque this engine a little bit because I know the turbo likes to spool up. That's really where the power comes from.
Okay.
And we're trying to get 14.23, which is the record, and that is
that's a modified pickup truck.
Modified tune. All right, here we go. I'm spooling it up, spooling it up, spooling it up, and floored. Oh.
There it goes.
Oh, the wheels spun.
Oh, a little bit of spin.
Yeah, remember we're at a mile above sea level, so it's going to be a little bit slower. And there's 50, and it's going to be close to it. Here is 60 right there. Oh.
It was so close. It was just that last little bit.
Yeah, that last getting to 60. Check it out, guys. Check it out. 15.03. 15.03.
You know, I'm wondering that if you started flat, if it would have gone any faster.
You know, my experience with this Cummins, and I've done it a few times now, is that it's actually slower if you just floor it because it does need to.
So it's got to spool a little bit and
but
get it.
You know what? Let's try it the other way, and I'll just floor it. I won't brake torque it. We'll see how it does. Get a secondary time.
Can you even tell if there's anything behind us?
No.
No, as I said, it's like a Clydesdale pulling a baby stroller.
And this is a 6,000-pound boat, and it's like
whatever.
You know, I think this thing has a towing capacity of 17,000 pounds. 17,000. So we are nowhere near its potential towing capacity.
Yeah, that's like the largest horse trailer filled with horses that I can think of, at least.
I'm just gonna floor it this time. Tow haul mode engaged.
Yep.
Here we go. Just floored. I think it's gonna be slower. Well, there it goes. And there's 40. Not a lot of engine noise.
No, it's actually pretty quiet.
And it slows down. It shifts right before 60, and there we have it.
Okay,
yeah. So it was slower.
You were right. That's over a second slower.
Yep. If you're wondering why we're doing 0 to 60 runs towing a boat, the answer is simple.
Because you might be towing a boat one day.
And you might be getting on a highway, and you might want to know how fast it'll take you to get on that highway. That's how people live in the real world. Real world testing.
Real world testing.
Ciao.